Today I will explain the concept of sample in research methodology and data important in conducting reliable studies. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Dizahra NPM 234111110 from class management 3D. A sample is a subset of units taken from population. A population, on the other hand, is a complete group of elements, usually consisting of people, objects, transactions, or events that are of interest for study or research. A sample is used to represent the population, making it possible to draw conclusions without examining every individual in the entering group. Science study and entire population is often impractical due to time, cost, or logistical limitation. Research rely on sample to analyze more efficient. By selecting a well-chosen sample, they can make inference about the bird population while ensuring accuracy and reliability. Difference between population and sample. Population, the entire group being studied. It includes all individuals, objects, or events that share common characteristics relevant to the research. Sample, a portion of the population selected for research. Since studying the entire population is often impractical, a sample is chosen to represent the whole group. A well-chosen sample ensures that findings can be generalized to entire population. Proper sampling techniques such as random sampling or stratified sampling help improve the reliability and validity of the study. There are two main types of sampling techniques. One, probability sampling, and non-probability sampling, each with different methods for selecting participants. Probability-based sampling method. 1. Sampling random. Simple random sampling is conducted by selecting samples directly from the population randomly, ensuring that each unit has an equal chance of being chosen. 2. Complex random sampling. Complex random sampling includes several techniques. The one, system random sampling. The population is divided to equal parts and sample is selected from each part, starting randomly from the first section. 2. Cluster sampling. The population is divided into several groups. 3. Stratified sampling. The population is divided into subpopulation or strata based on specific and sampling. Random sampling is applied within each stratum. 4. Double sampling. An initial sample is collected, and the information obtained is used to select the next sample. Non-probability sampling method. The one, confined sampling. This method involves selecting samples freely based on research confined without a structured selection process. 2. Purposive sampling. Samples are chosen based on specific criteria determined by the research. 3. judgment sampling, a type of purpose sampling where the selection is based on particular consideration or expert judgment. 4. Weight sampling, a purpose sampling method in which the sample percentage is determined according to the proportion of the population. 5. Snowball sampling, samples are gathered through referral within a network, such as recommendation for participation or online data collection strategies and research. According to Jugianto, several sampling techniques can be as follows. The 1. Observation, interview, and time motion study technique, conducted through direct observation in case studies and fieldwork. 2. Experimental and simulation technique, conducted through direct observation to obtain laboratory data. 3. Survey technique, conducted to obtain individual opinion data. 4. DLP technique, conducted to obtain group opinion data. 5. Content analysis technique, conducted to obtain primary archival data. 6. Database retrieval technique, conducted to obtain secondary archival data. 7. Mathematical model technique, conducted analytical to obtain logical research data. Determining sample size, based on statistical formulas, research use mathematical calculation to determine the appropriate number of participants or data points needed for a study. Considerations include time, budget, and accessibility. Research must balance the need for a sufficient sample size with practical constraints such as the cost of data collection, the availability of participants, and the time required to complete the study. Must be large enough for valid results but not excessively large to avoid unnecessary costs. A sample that is too small may lead to unreliable conclusions, while an excessively large sample can waste research without significantly improving accuracy. Influenced by confidence level and margin of error, the sample size must be carefully chosen to ensure that results are significant, while a lower margin of error means greater precision in findings. In conclusion, choosing the right sample is crucial for obtaining accurate and reliable research results. Thank you for your attention, everyone.